let's see here. Yeah, this is what I was thinking of. It's the book of Revelation. Revelation chapter 2. And we'll maybe start around verse 10. We'll see when I get there. This is the book of Revelation chapter 2. And we'll start at verse 10. Alright, this is talking about the church of Ephesus, which they had certain issues. All the churches had certain issues and problems that they had to deal with, that they got rebuked on. Alright, we don't got to go into all of them. There's more churches than that. The church of Colossians got rebuked. Laodicea got rebuked. Various churches got rebuked. Alright, which is, brothers and scriptures on that, when you take rebuke, a wise man takes rebuke happily, and cheerfully, and changes his ways and repents. But fools, they despise you. They despise chastisement. They despise instruction. Which I'll get that as well. This book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience. Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. For none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Alright, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried. Alright, these so-called Edomites are going to put us, in prison. They're going to put us in concentration camps. Alright, they're gonna put us on guillotines and behead us. It may even happen to me. But hey, coming into this truth, I realize that and I accept it. These are things you gotta think of, you gotta meditate on. That yes, you can very well be killed for this word, for this testimony, for bringing out the truth, to your people. Okay? But it's worth it in the end. Zara resemble that number, entrance into the kingdom will be more than worth it. Which I may get that as well. I just got too many things on my mind. I've been like that last couple of days. When I'm just in the spirit, there's so many different precepts. The book of Revelation 2, verse 10. For none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried. And you shall have tribulation 10 days. Alright, 10 days is a number of completion. It could be 20 days. It could be 50 days. It could be years. Alright, you could be in prison in a FEMA camp for years. You could be in a maximum security prison for years. Alright? Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Alright, and that crown of life is talking about entrance into the kingdom. Alright? Being a saint of the Most High. And giving power over all the nations. Giving that rod of iron. That rulership. That eternal rulership. Everlasting rulership. Against all nations upon the planet Earth. Alright? Could you even, believe that? When you hear about it at first, you're like, wow. Rulership over all the people. Even now, just saying it, it's something breathtaking. It's something that you can meditate on, but we really won't know until we'll see it. Think about that. All these various nations, millions and millions of people under you. Alright? Doesn't that sound good? Having hundreds and thousands and millions, depending on the rank that you're given, alright, under you. This isn't really what I wanted. I'm going to look for what I'm looking for. Least in the kingdom of heaven. The least is greater than John. So this is the book of Matthew. Let me go ahead and get it. Matthew chapter 11. This is the book of Matthew chapter 11. And we'll start at... This is the book of Matthew chapter 11, verse 11. Verily, verily meaning truly, I say unto you, among them that are born of woman, meaning everybody, every Israelite, okay, there have not risen a greater than John the Baptist. Alright? There's not risen a greater than John the Baptist. Alright, because John the Baptist was the greatest prophet. Alright, he came back and he was set up to organize and make straight the kingdom of heaven. Not the kingdom of heaven, but make straight the ministry. I'll go into that if I can find it. But that was John the Baptist's role. He was supposed to prepare the coming of of Yahweh Shai. That was his job. That was his duty. Okay? John the Baptist is Elijah the prophet coming back again. Notwithstanding, he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. Alright? Even though John the Baptist is the greatest prophet, alright, he least in the kingdom of heaven, alright, the least Israelites in the kingdom of heaven are going to be greater than him. And that's just showing you the greatness and the riches and the power that our people are going to have in the kingdom of heaven. Alright, when we are given back into our land, alright, when we're going to be among the Heavenly Father. Or if we can go into that too, but roughly, quoted, coming down from the heavens, the kingdom of heaven coming down from the sky, which represents us as a people, returning from those chariots, coming down again onto earth to have that rulership, that power that we were blessed and that we were given. Alright, the bitch want to take some fucking photos, whatever. Alright, but we're going to go into it again. But that's pretty much the points I wanted to make there. This is, once again, New York health workers win religious exemption to vaccine mandate. I know certain brothers don't like being pictures taken of them. Alright, but hey, they can't. Let's get the scripture now. I just thought about that. This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 13, verse 8. For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. Alright? Talking about, Israelites, when you read a little bit ahead, we can do nothing for the truth. Even when our people are going off, alright, they're not doing anything against the truth, they're going off. Hold on. Let me see if I can think of that one. Because, if I can find it, I'll go into it. Yeah, this is the book of Romans chapter 3, verse 3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? Alright, so because 2/3 of our people do not believe in the Most High, does that make this truth null and void? Hell no. Alright, this is still true. This is still biblical prophecy that is unfolding before your eyes. When we go into Matthew 24, rumors of war, wars and rumors of war. Alright, that's actually happening. That's what we're actually seeing with our very eyes. North Korea, alright, they just tested I think it's called a supersonic nuclear weapon, alright, and apparently had a good test launch, and it worked, okay? You got North Korea testing submarine missiles, alright? Once again, this is prophecy, and it's coming to truth, alright? We can see Jacob's trouble before it happens, which it will, alright? There's going to be FEMA camps, there's going to be concentration camps, there's going to be martial law. We got the image right here. Martial law is going to come to America. Martial law is already in America, believe it or not. There's a document called the REX 84, and that's a list of people they want to put in the FEMA camps. Alright? It's all true. Okay? Verse 4. The Most High forbid, yea, let the Most High be true. But if every man a liar, as it is written, alright, let the Most High be true. The Most High's words is true. These scriptures are true. Okay? But let every man be a liar. These other nations, 2/3 of our people, alright, they're liars, but these scriptures are true. Alright? If the scriptures are true, and people that take the scriptures and contort them, what does that make them? That makes them a liar. And as we went into Revelation chapter 21 and 8, what is the penalty for those fucking liars? Nuclear destruction. Alright? They're gonna die in nuclear hellfire. Okay? Thermonuclear missiles, SAR missiles, Poseidon missiles, whatever fucking missiles these Russians got. Alright? They're going to be caught up in it. And that's their judgment. Verse 4. Romans chapter 3, verse 4. Most High forbid. Yea, let the Most High be true. but every man a liar. As it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. That you may be justified, which we are justified. Because let the words be true, but every man a liar. Alright? We don't allow people to talk out their own mind, give their own philosophies and own thoughts. We don't have our own thoughts in this truth. Alright, everything we bring out, we back it up with scriptures. Alright? We don't have no opinions. Our opinions are based off scriptures. Okay? Our mind is based off scriptures. There was something I was thinking of. Well, I can't think of it. Yeah, I had a precept, but I lost it. We'll go back into the article. But I think that's it on that one. But yeah, as I said, temporary block for the exemptions, all right? And those exemptions are actually going to be rolled and pushed down eventually. It's only a matter of time. All right, now at my so-called college, all right, I have that. Okay, these fucking colleges, these fake fucking colleges, which I will go into that too. I got books and documents on how colleges own slaves. All right, the slave masters will go down upstate to go to these colleges, all right, get their little education, then come back down to the South and own slaves. All right, colleges were built off the backs of slaves, all so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. These colleges were built off the blood of my people, all right, which will go into that as well. All right, but we'll see here. We'll go into it. Filled by blood. Oh yeah, well this one works as well. This is the book of Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and established a city by iniquity. Alright? That's talking about you Edomites, man, you other nations. You be building towns by blood. Your towns, your cities, the Great Wall of, let me wait till they pass. I don't want to fucking antagonize those Moabites. But the Great Wall of Moab, alright? The Great Wall of Moab was built in part by slaves. By Israelite slaves, Kun-Nun slaves, which means devil. Alright? But you know, we'll go into that too, you know. Go into that too. I'm feeling like hitting on these colleges again. You know, I feel like just getting into, you know, how these colleges were built off the backs of slaves, the backs of my people, of my people's blood, sweat, and tears. But when I bring that out, I'm a crazy man. Alright, so be it. Alright? It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. The Most High shall bring thee to Egypt again with ships. Once again, when we went into Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. Alright, I don't even think I really went into that, but Revelation chapter 11, verse 8, that land that's called spiritually Sodom in Egypt, that's talking about America. How is America Sodom? Alright, with faggotism, with homosexuality, lesbianism, alright, all these adverse commandments to the Most High, adverse actions, adverse lifestyles to the Most High. Alright, we're going to go into that too as well. You know, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68, and the Most High shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way thereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there you shall be sold to your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Alright? You should be sold to your enemies as slaves. Alright? And no man shall buy you, meaning that no one is going to save us. Who has saved the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American in this land? Alright? Who has came up and helped us with anything? Oh, what are you going to say? Oh, well, the white man, they take you out of slavery. Alright, they took us out of slavery and put us in another form of fucking slavery. Alright, the word emancipation merely means a transfer. Alright? Emancipation merely means a transfer. A transfer of what? A transfer of us being in chains to a transfer of us being in a mental slavery. That people are to this day. Alright, these Edomites, these fake Jews, alright, they get our people, they give them money to create these horrible rap music to poison our people's minds, you know. But we're gonna read up a little account real quick, or just to add on to it. We'll just go back and just bring out the scriptures. You know, I always bring this out. This is the Black Jacobins. All right, page 8. The slaves were collected in the interior, fastened one to the other in columns, loaded with heavy stones of 40 to 50 pounds in weight to prevent attempts at escape. All right, so they put the Israelites, okay, in these shackles, and then they put heavy stones upon them. All right, upon the so-called blacks, and Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right, but let's talk about the Southern Kingdom here. All right, that's what they did to us. These Edomite so-called white man did that to us. All right, you know how uncomfortable that was? Being on a ship for days and months and weeks, with a heavy stone on your lap. All right, that's the atrocity they have committed. All right. I went into it the other day when I was Alright, so this is Amos chapter 1 verse 11. Thus saith the Most High, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did. Let me see, just in case I got like 10 minutes on that. Then I have to switch to my other phone. You know, so Amos chapter 1 verse 11. Thus saith the Most High, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof. What is that punishment? Nuclear fire. Alright, which we'll go into that as well. You know? Because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. Alright? That's why Esau Edom has to be destroyed. Alright? I believe when you go into it, you know, when we came out of Egypt, all we wanted was some food and some water. And what these Edomites did, they still tried to chase us with the sword. Our so-called white man back then still tried to kill us, and he's still trying to kill us to this day. Alright, that's why he has to be destroyed, he has to be burned. Alright? Alright, we'll just keep going into it. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image. Alright, what is the image of the beast? The American fool system. Alright, the American society, American way of living. Alright, faggotism. Alright, homosexuality. Okay, men wearing skirts and dresses like a fucking woman. Alright. Fucking effeminate ass men, alright? Rappers wearing skirts and dresses, alright? Our people fucking in all sorts of philosophies and lies and abominations. These various false religions. False religion really, that has nothing to do with the East anyway. The word religion has nothing to do with the scriptures. Religion, the word religio is a word meaning to bind, alright? That came in around the 12th century. By Jake. Jake was out of his fucking mind. But he just used that term to bind certain customs into a group of people. But that word religion has nothing to do with it, if anything. Because it was laws, statutes, and commandments of our people for the Israelites. Moses came down to who? The Israelites. That was our ways. That was our orders. That was our governance. That was just the way we were. It wasn't a religion. It was just our way of keeping order. Okay, these people, they can't get it. They can't get it, they won't get it because it's not made for them. Alright? If any man worship the beast in his image, alright, that beast is talking about NATO and the EU as well as America. Alright? America is that woman that sitteth upon many waters. Alright? That's all that's talking about. America is that woman. Alright? And the beast represents NATO and the EU. Alright, the beast and the 10 horns talk about Rome's allies back then. Alright, as well as Rome's allies right now, America spiritually being the Neo-Greco-Roman Empire, as I like to call it. Alright, which we can go into that as well, you know. The beast that was, yet is, but is not. Alright. Verse 10. The same, hold on. If any man worship the beast's image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, All right, that mark in his forehead or in his hand. All right, talking about that. Let me see if I got it here. Yeah, I do. You know that chip. Okay, if you take that chip in your right hand or in your forehead, pertaining to Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. All right, what's gonna happen to you? Verse 10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture to the cup of his indignation. All right, you shall behold the wrath of the Most High. All right, the Most High shall have wrath to bring down his wrath upon you. All right, if you take that microchip, okay? And this is talking about the Israelites, not you other nations. The other nations have no promise of mercy. It even says that in this book right here, the Compact Bible Dictionary. Esau, Edom is the only nation promised no mercy. All right, after a certain amount of time, these Edomites are not going to exist anymore. They're going to get Obadiah 1 and 18. All right, going back into it. We shall be tormented with fire and brimstone. Alright, you should be tormented with fire and brimstone. Alright, brimstone is talking about sulfur. And when you go into the nuclear bombs, you do some research on it. Alright, the nuclear bombs are made of a lot of sulfur. Alright, like a good percentage of it is sulfur. When you go to Sodom and Gomorrah is burnt with fire and brimstone. That's that sulfur. That's how we can tie it back to the missiles today. Alright, because there's not going to be no fiery ball coming down in this country. Alright, it's going to be the Most High. Alright, laser beams, as we know from the chariots, so-called UFOs. Alright, but to us it is identified aerial phenomenon because we know exactly what it is. Alright, but these other people, they don't know nothing. Alright, but that fire and brimstone is going to be nuclear missiles. America will be nuked. Okay? It will be nuked and will be destroyed. Alright? Presence of the Lamb, yep. Well, that's all I wanted on that. But yeah, as we're going into the slaves, so this is once again Black Jacobins, page 7. The slaves were collected in the interior, fastened one to the other in columns, loaded with heavy stones of 40 or 50 pounds of weight to prevent the steps and escape, and then marched a long journey to the sea, sometimes hundreds of miles. The weakly and sick dropping to die in the African jungle. Alright? But our people are not Africans. Okay? Even though we were down there, our people, the so-called Negroes in America, so-called African Americans, are not Africans. We are Israelites. We are the Southern Kingdom. Alright? We are the tribe of Levi, Benjamin, and Judah. Alright? And I personally am from the tribe of Judah. I so-called Negro. Alright, so let's go on to Ham. Alright, so the word Ham, by the way, means hot. The way you say it in the Paleo Hebrew is Kam. Alright, and that word means hot. When you break it down. Alright, so let's go into the word Ham. This is the Compact Bible Dictionary, Zondervan's. And let's look at the word Ham. Alright, Ham. Perhaps hot. Alright, Ham was called hot because he lived in that West African and Sub-Saharan African region. So-called Sub-Saharan Africa region. It didn't have a name back then. It was just that area, just the reach of the Hamites. Okay? The youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons who lived through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes. Alright? Not the Negroes. We're not Hamites. We're not those Hamite Egyptians. Okay, we serve under them. We're not them. Okay? As that Jake brought up before. He said, yeah, Ma, that's what I was talking about. We the Egyptians. No, you're not Egyptian, man. You a Judite, man. You should take pride in that. You're the tribe of Judah. Yahweh Shai came out of the tribe of Judah. Alright? In the prophecies in Genesis chapter 49, Judah thou were worthy or greatly to be praised. Alright? We all greatly praised in this society. Alright? Every nation, every people looks up to the so-called black man. Alright? You look at us for leadership. You look at us for guidance. Alright? Brothers have testimonies that they can go into. You know, at these jobs, we bring flair to the jobs. All the Israelites bring flair, but you know, as a tribe of Judah, man, the head tribe. You should take pride in that. But instead, you people, you want to serve all these other false gods, all other false idols. Alright? And that's why you're going to get your judgment. All right, nuclear fire, and you either nuclear fire, and if you're lucky, you get Jacob's trouble. All right, hey, you starve out in Jacob's trouble. You die of the drought. You die of famines. You die of diseases. All right, or you'll die by nuclear hellfire. All right, that's gonna be your judgment. Fucking fake Jew. Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. All right, Genesis chapter 10, verse 6 to 20, as it says here. His indecency, when his father lay drunken, brought a curse upon Canaan. Okay? But you fucking Christians out there, you say, oh, you blacks are Hamites. You blacks are Hamites. You have the curse of Ham. No, it wasn't a curse upon Ham. It was a curse upon Canaan. Okay? The so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American man are the real Israelites according to the Bible. And there's so many color scriptures we can go into. Alright? It's the truth. It is the truth. Alright, what other race of people are dealing with the curses? Are the white people dealing with curses out here? Of course not. You guys own beautiful houses. I mean, I go to the local college here. You guys got beautiful fucking houses. Alright, it's fucking quiet and peaceful around here. What curses you motherfuckers got, man? Y'all ain't got nothing. Alright? But my people, we're the ones that are cursed. Alright? Our people have curses.
Do you want to know how I grew up?
Well, yeah. Well,
I grew up in urban public housing with rats and sexual abuse.
Yeah.
All white people.
Yeah,
Like,
but it's your people.
about?
But it's your people that put you in that position. That goes to show you that your people are the wicked. Alright? Because your people have a wicked form of rulership. People are not supposed to be poor. People are not supposed to be poor. People are not supposed to be poor. The Most High is about hate.
I don't hate anyone.
The Most High is about hate. Alright? The Most High. Who is the Most High coming for? The Israelites. The so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American man. Not for no white boy. Not for some Chinese. Alright? For you blacks.